Joe Lyon's cottage, home of Tasmania's first and only elected Prime Minister in the late 1800s. Known as Honest Joe, he went on to become one of Australia's most popular political figures, winning 3 consecutive federal elections. When people heard we were going to stay in Stanley for 2 weeks, they said, "Why? There's nothing to see there." Well, this is the 4th video of what to see and do in Stanley. But of course, those comments mostly come from Tasmanians who have lived there all their lives. In 2014, Stanley played host to the Hollywood production of The Light Between Oceans by Australian author M.L. Stedman. For just over a week, with its vintage-looking main street, unique hillside views and wharf area, it was the perfect location for much of the exterior shots needed for the film. The streets of Stanley were transformed into a 1920s period backdrop during the filming. The Stanley Hotel, formerly the Emily, was built by John Whitbread around 1847. He was found guilty of poaching rabbits in England at the age of 15 and was sentenced to 7 years in Van Diemen's Land. Arriving in Hobart in 1828, after a period of good behaviour, he later settled in Stanley and became a model citizen and businessman. He bought the block on which the hotel stands for £20, and the building was licensed as a hotel around 1847. He married Eliza Toysman, and their descendants still live in the local area. We hear a lot of stories like that in our travels, where convicts have turned their lives around and gone on to be very successful. The original St. Paul's stone church, constructed by Bishop Nixon in 1858, lasted just 29 years. The church had to be demolished due to cracks appearing in the walls, and was replaced in 1887 by the present timber structure. The interior is made of Baltic pine with Tasmanian blackwood fittings. The stained glass window over the altar depicts the Last Supper. The Stanley Museum contains a wealth of information relating to the history and families of the Stanley district, and displays items of interest relative to the area. It was here I got all the information I needed for my video on the Port Ladder loading facility and the iron ore pallet pipeline from Savage River. St. James opened in 1855 and is one of the earliest churches in continuous use today. The building was sourced from Scotland for £145 and is believed to be one of the oldest prefabricated buildings in Australia. With Tasmania's proximity to Antarctica, it is no surprise the island state is a popular posting for penguins. But the only species to breed on Tasmania is the world's smallest, known as the little or fairy penguin. An estimated 190,000 of them are thought to call Tasmania and its islands home. It's been great to have the extra time to spend here in Stanley. There's been lots to see and do around the town and surrounding areas. We'll finish off the day now with a visit to the Nut Rock Cafe souvenir and gift shop. We only got as far as the ice cream counter and called it a day.